Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into my Law of Attraction personal development channel. This is part two of my three-part series of how I manifested a free apartment in Beverly Hills, how I manifested a job as a professional singer, and how I also attracted a flexible job where I could basically kind of come and go and do as I please. So this is the second story of how I manifested a job as a professional singer. So this was quite some time ago, several years ago. This is when I just kind of started getting into the law of attraction. I didn't really know a lot about it. It was just more kind of me experimenting in this kind of new idea. You know, it kind of seemed a little like off to me, obviously, because we've been taught it's, you know, you get through action, 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 and but I was also smart enough to know that I don't know everything, and also that the adults in my life possibly didn't know everything. So I was willing to, you know, give it a shot and experiment. So what I did is I said to myself, okay, like if this is a law, the law of attraction, if this is a law, then it should defy things that we've been taught, such as having to know the right people, having to be quote unquote smart or talented, if this is a law, right? So what I did is I picked an area that I didn't think that I was good at. And I also picked an industry that people have a lot of like limiting beliefs about, the entertainment industry. So I said, if this is a law, you know, it's a law, right? So what I did is I said, I'm going to be a professional singer, and I'm going to attract being a professional singer. And and I am not a professional singer. I'm not like I'm not like a bad singer, but I'm not like a great singer where you're going to be like impressed by my singing abilities, by no means. So I said, if this works, then I will really know that this law of attraction thing is real. So how, again, how I feel like I was successful in attracting this was one, I wasn't like attached to the result. Like I didn't really care if it happened or not, so I was pretty neutral. What's interesting is when I found out law of attraction really does work, I became more attached. You know, then I started thinking about more of the when's it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? But because I was kind of more experimenting to see if this really did work, I wasn't thinking about the how and the when. I didn't really care, you know? And that really is, I was actually just listening to a video today of Abraham Hicks, and it was, I think the title was something like, when you don't care, that's when it happens, or something like that. And it is kind of true. So again, I was I was doing the vibrational work though. It wasn't like I put it out there one time and I was like, oh, I don't care. I was literally doing affirmations every day. I was like, I'm gonna I'm gonna be committed to this, you know. I'm not gonna like half-ass it or anything. I'm gonna be committed and really see if this does work. But at the same time, I was really neutral, didn't really care what the end result was. So I did, affirmations are like how I attract things. I enjoy it. You know, it's easy for me. You can do affirmations anywhere. So that's kind of like the tool or technique that I use. So it was roughly probably like 200, 300 affirmations per day. And again, it sounds like a lot, but when you realize how many thoughts you're thinking a day and you realize how quick you can get like in like a couple hundred affirmations, it doesn't take long at all. So the affirmation I did was really just straight to the point, and it was like, I'm a professional singer. It was that. So I didn't say like, I didn't say anything about compensation. I didn't say, you know, what type of singer or anything like that. I wish I would have said compensation. So, but I literally just said, I'm a professional singer. That's it. So, it was probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. And I was at a dance studio in Los Angeles on Hollywood Boulevard, and I just got out of a dance class, and I was just kind of like cooling down after the dance class, kind of like by the front desk area, and there was this guy, and I can't remember who started talking to who first or how the conversation started, but this guy just started talking to me, and he was talking about how he's there was a music school right across from the dance school, the dance studio, and he said that he was studying music there, and he was looking for a singer, because he's recording a CD, and he was looking for a singer on a couple of his songs. Now, I wasn't thinking, when he was talking to me about this, I wasn't thinking like anything, that I like forgot I was doing my affirmations. And so I was like, "Oh, cool," and he was like, "Would you be interested?" And I literally was like, I can't sing. Like, I'm not a great singer. I can't sing." And he literally said, no joke, he was like, "Well," he's like, "that's okay. There's like auto tune. There's like, all these different things." Like, no joke. Like, that's literally what he said. So it just goes to show you that it's like a testament that, what you're putting out there wants you. Like, what you want wants you. It's like what you're putting out there is going to be attracted to you, whether you positively or negatively, what your thoughts are, what your beliefs are, what your emotions are, like things that match that are going to be attracted to you and want you. So now again, we're having this conversation, and I'm not even thinking of what I'm doing or my affirmations or anything like that at the time. So I just kind of like laughed, and he gave me his card. He's like, "Here's my card." He's like, "We can set something up next week. If you're interested, like, I would really like you to, sing or, be on my CD a few songs." And I said, "Oh, okay, great," And so I took his card, and as I'm walking down the steps of the dance studio, it literally dawned on me what I was doing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh yeah, like I'm doing affirmations about being a professional singer," and it just happened. So I've told that story to a couple people that are, like practice the law of attraction, know about the law of attraction, and we're even like, "Oh my gosh, like that's amazing," I still think about that story, and it still, in some ways, even though I know about the law of attraction and practice it, it still kind of blows me away. So I learned a couple of things from that story. One is, actually, I didn't call him or anything like that because I wasn't really interested. I wasn't really interested. I really wanted to see if it could defy kind of what we've been taught as far as like needing talent or having to have all this experience or be good at something, which is completely not true. I'm sure we all know people that are kind of like, "Okay, how did you get here and how come you aren't over here?" So it just kind of, like, I still think about it. I'm like, whoa. But yeah, so I didn't move forward. I didn't call him. But there's a couple things I did learn from that. One is being more specific, as I talked about in manifesting my apartment in Beverly Hills for free, is being more specific. So if I would have said, like, I make a certain amount of money through singing, or it's this type of singing job, then I would have kind of, my point of attraction would have been different. So that's what I learned, is being more specific. So the more specific you are, as long as you still feel good about it, the more specific you are, the more fulfilling your manifestation is. And that's what I've really realized. So that is my law of attraction story of how I manifested a singing job. I hope that was helpful to you, and really I hope that it just kind of opens your mind to what's really possible. When you think of what you want and you don't put the doubt on your path, it will happen. It will happen, and you'll be kind of blown away and surprised as far as how the path finds you, or if you get that inspired thought or idea to take action, make a phone call, or sometimes, like I said, it just finds you. So So this was part 2 of my 3-part series of my manifestation stories. You can find how I manifested a free apartment in Beverly Hills. I'll have that link below, as well as how I manifested a very flexible schedule work. I could come and go and do as I please. So if you like this video, if you like my channel, subscribe, share it, and become a Patreon if you would like. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.